Hello. Welcome to tonight's spooktackular stream. Had to be a little corny for some Halloween fun. DOGECOIN is making it a great holiday, but it may just be a trick, or is it going to be a treat? We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to look into it. We've got to dive deeper. I mean, this is DOGECOIN. Anything can happen. Anything can happen whenever. When it comes to Doge don't have to follow anybody's rules. And is Elon going to make Doge the official currency of Twitter? Lots of rumors swirling. Lots of rumors about making a crypto wallet on Twitter. Doge being the leading man. So we're gonna have to see what Elon decides to do today, and hopefully he does something. But we got the weekly chart pulled up on the old DOGECOIN, and it is fantastic. It's beautiful. I love everything about it. I love the fact that the RSI is just now breaking into the bullish control zone. Think it's fabulous. I like the fact that the old Mackie D's here had huge, like quadruple bullish divergence going on, and it has been for months. I mean, since it started July 2021, and we finally come to fruition right now on like July. I mean, it's been a year. We have downtrended in this downward sloping pennant channel. Lots of different ways to look at it. But the old Doge is showing some signs of life when nothing else is doing that kind of thing. One other coin that's been pumping its ass off, Shiba Inu. Oh, the old Sheeb. These have been my two babies. Any of y'all who've watched my channel for a year now knows that I have been, and even before that, when you were following me on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. I mean, I've been preaching, and those are my babies. Those are where I had huge baskets of is Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Doge Elon. Those have been my go-tos. You just stick a little back constantly every week, every dip, and they have such a fanfare, such a following. You can't be. I just don't think you can be too exposed to it. I'm okay with it, especially not at these prices. So if we will take a look, we've got our 200-day moving average, and typically when we're above it, we test it as support. We're below it, it usually gets rejected. We had one, two, three. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of rejection right here. Come down again, 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 again. But now, if it can hold, now it's over the weekend. The markets are really illiquid. Let's hope. We're just going to have to see how this continues to play out. But we have this massive, massive weekly engulfing candle here, which made about at the highest point about a 52% move. But that is beautiful. That's what we want to see. Not a lot of other stuff is doing what it's doing. We're breaking. It's trying to break out of a classical technical analysis pattern. It hit the 200-day moving average, and it's moving past it. So what we need to see is, I think Sunday night at 6, we'll close this weekly candle. It needs to close above the 200. Plain and simple, it needs to for this to continue. So we'll see Sunday night about 6 o'clock when the new weekly candle opens. If it opens here, it will open on top of the 200 simple moving average, and that's a really good sign. Of course, I believe all of this is being driven a combination of it's kind of matured in this pattern, and Elon's takeover at Twitter and rumors swirling there. It's just and on top of that, we had a just stellar week in the markets. So, kind of a perfect storm, and Doge is taking advantage of it. A lot of true blue holders right here. I want to show you something else really cool on the monthly. We've started losing the negative momentum just these last 2 months, and that is great. We're still breaking out. But take a look at what Doge has a MO, and it always has. Doge doesn't have a lot of crazy head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. It just doesn't have that kind of. We're looking back at December 2013, and you can just see Doge typically does the same thing over and over again. It gets a pump, loses 88 to 90% of its value, pumps. Same thing. It just loves bull flagging out over and over. And these consolidations are, see, from 16 to 17. Yeah, I mean, it loves a year-long consolidation. Loves it. And, I mean, we've had one there that I just didn't have outlined. But it's just repeating. And each time it takes a step higher. And it comes back down to 88 to 90% of its value. So I'm pretty pumped about it. We see what happened last bull run here, 2017, 2018. Same thing, just following that channel. We had that big breakout candle, but luckily, even after that huge wick to the upside, when it came down, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 months of support, and then a rip, which about November, the beginning of November, Ripponacci right there. Oh, look, in 2017, November, Ripponacci. November is a really good month for Doge, apparently. That one's in March. When we got here? January, May, September. So Doge has a chance. I'm not saying nothing else does it, but Doge is doing what it always has done. And if you're going to make a bet, you want to bet on something that has a historical pattern or something that it continues to do the same thing over and over again. I mean, why wouldn't you? Ripponacci, that's right. Thanks, Lance. The old Ripponacci. It does, man. It just wants to rip. And if I'm going to make a crazy bet, believe me, I'm going to bet on something that keeps doing the same shit over and over again. And it doesn't have to play out. You can lose your Asinacci too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take the one that the horse that keeps winning. It's got to fall off eventually, but I'm gonna bet every time. Let's go, baby. So that's the monthly chart. I think looks phenomenal. We're just about to cross over on that RSI to the bullish control zone, losing that negative momentum. We're flagging the hell out. We're breaking out. I mean, I'm hype. This is big time crunk right here for me. Weekly looks great. Go down to the 1 day chart. I don't even want to look at it because I'm going to get sad. It looks so amazing. It's awesome. We kissed that 200 and then we just blew past it. I think the only downside on the daily right now, and all you can see it right here, is that exploded massive rocket of a RSI that is up in La La Land at sitting at about 86 right now. It doesn't have to pull back. You can stay oversold or overbought for a long period of time, but typically you get that pullback and then you get a second test. You get a pullback, second test, and overbought, pullback, second test. That's kind of its MO, and then it wants to ride that middle line for a while. So I would kind of be ready and looking that we don't get some kind of pullback, and it may be, if we can get just a little bit rocket up higher, we may get that pullback to test that moving average as support. That's maybe what we're working on. Am I still buying Doge? So, OJ, I know it'd been several months ago that I had posted that I was fully allocated to Doge. And to be honest, I kind of am. But I'm addicted. I got a problem. I don't say I have a gambling problem. I have a cryptocurrency problem. So, yes, I have bought more Doge. My average was right there almost 8 cents even. I'm really stoked that right now I'm just a little above even. And when it was down into the sixes, I bought some more. I at this point, I'm like, if I get 20 extra bucks in my pocket, I'm putting it in Doge. Like, I've got my Shiba. Okay, I put like $100 in Sheeb yesterday. I think I put 25 more in Doge today. I'm literally just kind of dollar cost averaging even more now that I've got my allocation set. But every dime I got, as far as locked up money, my everyday living money, I'm not gonna invest that. But everything else is fully allocated, and I have been for about a month. I have my trading accounts, but my IRA has about all that I want to put in it right now. All of my crypto accounts are pretty much maxed to where I want to be, and now it's a waiting game. But I'm so addicted that I'm like, oh, maybe another $25 worth of Doge is going to matter one day. No. I mean, when you get up into a large amount, it just becomes an addiction. Then you're like, okay, so I want 50 million. I want 100 million. And then you start getting retarded and greedy. You think we'll see a quarter by January? I mean, it's very possible. Very possible. Let's see. The last time, I mean, we had little breakouts, the same situation there. Last time, and here, this will help you a lot with kind of where we're going on the situation. You've got this breakout here, but if you look back at 2016 and 17 and 18 and 20 when we started getting nuts, I mean, we had a breakout. We had this massive candle that was well below a penny. We were barely at a quarter of a penny. We ran up to half a cent. So we're talking about we ran up 100%, pulled back, moved sideways for July 20th, December. We moved sideways for 6 months before we broke that high. And I very well can see that being another situation. I can see us from here. Let's see, our breakout was right about 6 cents. I can see us going to 12 cents. Let's see if that would make it. Okay, actually, it would kind of make sense that we get rejected from 12.86, 13 cents. Say that. That would only make sense that we get rejected off this bottom line here. I'll pop y'all a line where I think we get smoked at. Ideally, right there. That's probably going to be our first. Here's what we probably see. Is we get this breakout. We get above the 200 moving average, which is going to be great. Yeah. Yeah, it was. So that, I mean, it's just typically you get that breakout, everybody gets hype, and then they stop buying. It really takes the halving to make it happen. So I say we step up. We get some hype. Elon's going to drive the shit out of this with the Twitter stuff. Let's say we work our way up to here by Christmas at 12 cents. Then I imagine at that time we'll come back down, kiss this level, which by that time you should have a 200-day moving average starting to curl up. So it'll probably intersect with this old support. This right here will probably act as support right there. Well, crap. Hold on. Wrong line. Right here. We're going to have probably this is going to be our situation. We'll bounce right there. I bet we bounce in this range until we get into closer to the halving or some crazy, really crazy Twitter news. We know Elon's stuff can make it get out of hand. We could be at 25 cents if Elon mentions that he's bringing it into Twitter somehow. Elon tweet storm. Absolutely. He needs Christmas money too. But that's kind of my predictions. That's it right there. Is I think we run up and we hit that 12.5 cent. And then I think we chop. I think we chop until probably mid next year. And once we get that dollar coming down really good, we get close to a halving, we get probably some really really nice movement on stuff. But that's Doge, man. 4 hour. We'll look at every time frame real quick because I'm really stoked about Doge today. The 4 hour still looking pretty phenomenal. I mean, on everything. You're not losing any momentum. We did have that rip, and we started coming back down. We had to get a little bit of relief. We had one red candle, which got us back into our channel on the RSI. That was great. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it. I mean, like a close eye on it. Rock this thing out. Those are the only significant time scales that matter. That monthly to me looks amazing. I want to take a look. One more look at it. There you go. The divergence stuff is playing out beautifully. Shiba Inu, I don't know how many of y'all are fans, but this was my backup drug. This was it. Once Doge did its thing, I was all over Shiba, and I was like, I found it, dug it out of the crap, and was like, this is it. This is the next one that does some crazy stuff. They just had a big community right off the bat. Y'all go get you a bottle of Buffalo Trace if you can find it, and mix you up a nice little glass of Whiskey Mountain Dew. Today is celebratory for Doge. But you can see right here on the weekly for Shiba Inu, man, it's trying to follow. It's doing the same kind of junk, man. It's very copycat of DOGECOIN-esque. I mean, we're really looking at that right there. There's your line, and depending on however you want to draw this, it can be what you want it to be. This is really subjective here, but we connect those, and it's like the first time. I mean, you're basically in a channel. That's really close to a parallel channel. I like that. But Shiba's trying to do it too, man. Look how many times it's tested the top of this channel, and now we broke out. We come back and test it. We're holding strong. We may get trapped in this 200 moving average, but if you want something with possible huge returns, Doge is going to make big returns. That's fine, but it's not under a penny anymore where you can load the hell up with little to no money. You know what I'm saying? Shiba's still there. You can get 10 grand worth of Shiba, and you'll be up there close to 2 billion or so coins. So last go around, 1.98 billion coins, and from the bottom that luckily a bunch of us bought together that day, it ran up, and so at that point, for six or 7,000, you could get almost 2 billion coins, and it ran up in the mid 80, like the 80,000 something dollar range. That's what an account of 6 grand would have got you. I think this time will be bigger. So I think right now 10 grand will get you about $2 billion or 2 billion coins. This could be insane. But I love it. On the daily, looks good. Weekly, XRP and Sol. I'll take a look at that, OJ. But I mean, that's a massive candle. And we had that first one that got beat down, and then it came right back. So the daily on Shiba Inu looks better than Doge right now because it's not overbought. It's not like busting out of the zipper of the RSI over here with a big RSI boner. It's still pretty tolerable. 4 hour, bam, still looking great. It's hugging that line, but it's my second favorite. It's my guy. Hang in there. Now, what you want to look at is the XRP and Sol. We'll scroll down here. Man, it's been a minute since I looked at Sol. I got it there somewhere. The whiskey says I do. There she is. Hot right above XRP. All right. We'll work our way back up on the 4 hour here. Let's see. Yeah, it's been moving sideways for a minute, but we're in the bullish control zone. The MACD looking kind of funky right here. You got kind of a double test of that line, but you've almost started to go neutral to positive on the momentum here. You're in a great zone with the RSI, but right now you're in that area. It's got to break. You've got multiple tests here. I'll zoom in here where you can see it. Look how many tests that you've got of this level. Bam, bam. It's been knocking on that door, man. And you can see over here, same thing. You got so much work to do to break that level. This was golly, I had no clue just how strong this level was. Holy crap. Let's zoom out and draw a line here. Let's get out on the daily. We got the fib pulled. I'll get rid of that right now. It's not helping us at all. You're below the 886 and been rejected from it, so what have you. But look at this line of just beastinism. Bam, right there. There's our red line. It's a line in the sand that we got to cross. Look how much action. It has been a very, very important line that Sol has hung on to for a while. You know, it just blew right through it, but then we fought with it on support, and it's not been very strong as resistance. We've kind of just walked right through it. But when it comes to support, look at the touches. We had a couple of times here and there that it couldn't do it, but in a few weeks it did break through. So what we've got to see, OJ, we've got to get some follow-through price action. We need to see this situation right here. The daily, the weekly. We need to see a break above, a back test, and then a rip. And we need to see a break of that high right there. That will indicate that we're going right here to this level, the 48, 44. That's what we need to see to start going, okay, we can look at it from a bullish bias and kind of change our minds then and say, all right, let's start taking long positions. That's what I want to see in order to start going long in a traditional sense, as far as on a trading scale, not just buying and holding. If you are buying and holding, that's great. That's a way to win too. Somebody might want to try and call this a head and shoulders. It's awfully scrubbed, and I think this shoulder has taken too long to develop, so I'm not going to worry about that. I just think it's holding a historical support line, and that's cool because we're still positive on the momentum there. So I think it's all right. It's looking good for now. It could do the old Shitanachi and just dump away later, but I'm not stressing about it. XRP. Oh my God, I hear motorcycles. Everybody and their brother going to come over here in a motorcycle when they get one. That's okay though. XRP, you're kind of right there in that same situation. It's kind of trying to hold this support. It is above the 200-day moving average right now, and I like that. So I guess I can say XRP is kind of a neutral for me right now. Nothing that I'm really looking at diving into. On the daily, you're losing a lot of negative momentum, so you may get a little bigger move that break out of this little flag situation. Just have to wait and see. See if DOGECOIN drags a bunch of people with it, but Elon's probably going to make a bunch of stupid tweets now that he has free reign to do what he wants to do. So we'll get some craziness. But that's it right there. Anybody else got any questions? I wanted to hit up just DOGECOIN and some crypto today. I'm honestly not even... I'm done with the stocks until we get to the FOMC meeting. It's too much craziness with earnings. Stuff that technically looks like it should be beaten down gets pumped on half-ass news, and the stuff in shitty news is pumping, and stuff with great news is dumped. It's a toss-up, and that's not where I want to be. I'm waiting for a confirmation of trends, and I will follow it. So that's it. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by. We just want to get into Doge really today, just kind of update everybody on Doge and Sheeb. So, guys, I will definitely see you tomorrow. I'm fixing to get dressed with this